This is incredible. So, as we know, or as you probably should know, Summer Games Fest wrapped up a few hours ago, and yes, wow, we are actually getting a year 2 for this game, and I couldn't be more happier. Honestly, for someone who wants this game to succeed as much as possible, this is beyond incredible. I'm just, I'm quite shocked, but I'm not because this is, I kind of expected to get this, like I kind of expected for the game to get a year 2, but also for, it's a possibility that they don't actually do it, for especially for paid DLC. But yeah, I was speculating too much because here it is. First of all, I just want to talk about the Ninja Turtles and the Avatar DLCs that we are going to be getting. For a start, obviously the Ninja Turtles, we finally have footage of both the Ninja Turtle DLC and the Avatar DLC, which is nice to see. We finally have a date for when they are coming out. Obviously, the Turtles are going to be in July, which is next month, and then the Avatar DLC, which is a while away, is going to be October, which is weird because I thought it would be at maximum like latest September, but I guess it's going to be early October. That is my guess. It's going to be early October going into year 2. So that probably confirms that we're going to be getting the Godzilla DLC probably November, and then maybe Evangelion December, January, so that kind of confirms that. Also, I am incredibly happy to see that the Turtles are all separate characters. I know that sounds bizarre, but knowing how Sega can do things, it wouldn't have shocked me if they were only one certain character, like one certain character type, and then they were just skins. Which, thank fuck, they're not, because just good. I'm just happy about that because like the ghosts were kind of like that, which makes sense with the ghosts, but the turtles should never been like that, and good thing that they're not like that, and that makes me very happy to see. That's great. So they all should be different types, and it's just exciting to see because we're getting them literally next month, like very soon, probably in like a month time, probably early July is my guess, or like mid-July, which is really cool. Also, the map looks very fun for the turtles. It seems like we are going to be in New York, as it would make sense. We are traveling through the sewers, and there is actually a part here that I took a screenshot of, which is basically the turtles leaving the sewers, going back into New York City, which I think is a really cool concept. It makes perfect sense, and I think that could be a really fun track, honestly. Like, we're in New York, we start off in New York, then we go down into the sewers, and then we're racing around the sewers, and then we come back up to New York, then probably through into a crossworld, then back into the final lap. I'm interested to see the final lap. I'm pretty sure what is being shown now is mainly the final lap, but obviously we've got barely anything from this, other than we're in the sewers, and it's probably in New York, which, why would it not be? So, like, that's cool. And then they've also got a power vehicle, which makes sense, I guess. I'm not a power vehicle user, but I guess it's cool to see. It looks like a cool vehicle, so yeah, overall, quite happy with the Turtles. I mean, I know some people won't be so happy with the fact that they are the Mutant Mayhem design, which, it's not like I don't blame you, but like, I think it's perfectly fine. For me personally, the Mutant Mayhem designs are perfectly fine. Obviously, with the films being out recently, I understand why Sega went with this. And to me, I'm just happy that the Turtles are even in the game in the first place. So, to me, it's perfectly fine, and I'm just excited to see them. Of course, we also have the Avatar DLC, obviously with Aang and Katara. Really cool to see. The map looks really nice. It seems like we have different routes that we can take due to the different elements, which I think's really cool. I think it's a really cool idea. I just hope it's not too gimmicky, because we have a lot of very gimmicky tracks on this game when it comes to DLC, and I kind of hope it's not the case where like half the track is just unplayable because it's incredibly slow, if you know what I'm saying. I think it'll look really cool, but for like actual high level game, like actual high level like comp and stuff like that, just in general high level gameplay, I just hope there's not one side of the track which is incredibly slow compared to the other, and that would kind of ruin it slightly. But I just think the map looks really nice. I think the character designs for Aang and Katara look really good. Obviously, going off the film that is, releasing soon in October, I think. I know there's a leak already for the film. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm just happy, obviously, Avatar's a really cool IP to have in the game. and it basically rounds up the entire Season 1 pass, which, Season 1, pretty good. All things considered, you know, Minecraft's in there, Mega Man's in there, like, we've got a lot of really cool IPs in this Season 1, and I hope Season 2 is just as good. So, for Year 2, we have 2 already confirmed, which is kind of crazy. I didn't expect them to show 2 different DLC packs already. But the first one is Godzilla, which obviously I'm guessing all of us know anyway, but I'm just going to recap. Godzilla, which this is interesting because for a start, it seems like it's going to be a track. Like the actual DLC pack is going to, obviously it always includes a track, but it's not going to be a Godzilla like actual themed track like off the movies and stuff like that. It's actually going to be Cityscape, which is a Sonic track, obviously from Adventure 2, and it's going to be taken over by Godzilla, which I think is a really fun, creative concept. I really enjoy this concept. I like it a lot. Of course, I'm expecting this track to be a main track, obviously, as well as a Crossworld variant, and it's going to be very interesting because, obviously, people have been asking for Sonic tracks for a long time, and now we are getting Sonic tracks, but they're behind a paywall, which is interesting because I would have thought we would have got like themed off the DLC in a sense. So like how we get like Ninja Turtles and Avatar. But I guess this is the way they're going around doing it. So that's fine with me. I'm just happy we're getting another Sonic track, to be honest. And Godzilla is just really cool to have as like a stage hazard. Like it's just cool to have him in the game. I don't know how they're going to go around having no character for the DLC, because it seems like we're not actually getting a character. We're not getting Godzilla as a character, like a playable character. It seems like we're just getting him as like a hazard, like I said, which is weird because it seems like we're only getting a track but no character for the DLC, which I don't know if they'll really do that. You know, usually we get a characters and we get a track. So I don't know how they're going to go around doing that. So that's very, very interesting to see, to be fair. Like, I don't know what they're going to do for that. Evangelion. Are we dead ass? Evangelion. This is insane, by the way. Like, people gotta understand how insane this is of a crossover. Like, for a Sonic racing game, we are getting Evangelion. Huh? Like, what? This is incredible, by the way. This is actually an insanely cool DLC. I don't get, like, I know some people are not that happy with it, because it's like, oh, it's anime. Like, I don't care. Like, this is, for a start, it's an incredibly popular anime. It's going to get people to buy the DLC pass. Gonna get people playing the game. Secondly, we are getting Ray and Asuka in a Sonic racing game. Ray and Asuka in a Sonic racing game. Like, what? I just cannot believe out everything they have done this. Like, and the thing is, there's still another 4 DLC packs to go. And funny enough, I'm just going to mention this now. I plan to make a Year 2 DLC predictions. I did make one around like 9 to 10 months ago by now. I think maybe 11 months ago. It's been a while. And I really enjoyed making that video and it did very well, and I plan to make another one. It's just I'm kind of waiting on the Sega DLCs to be announced, so then I know what to go off, how many, you know, DLCs, like slots we have for each, you know, paid and Sega DLC, because as of now, we didn't get given the Sega DLC, like the free DLC. Like, there's no, the next 3 characters haven't been shown. For the Sega DLC, we haven't got any confirmation that we're getting more Sega DLC, which I think we 100% should, because we're getting paid DLC. Maybe not as many characters as the first year, but I think we definitely should be getting more Sega characters. So I'd be on the lookout for any more events going on. They might randomly shadow drop it on Twitter. Just like out of nowhere saying, oh yeah, by the way, these are the new Sega characters, and we're giving you more Sega characters next year. You know, wait for future updates, or be excited type of thing, which I can definitely see them doing. But as of recording, tomorrow is the Xbox event, and basically it could be there. I highly doubt it'll be there. I think it will be, for me personally, I think it will be dropped rather at the Nintendo Switch Direct. Nintendo Direct, or it will be, which is leaked, that the Nintendo Direct leaked for Tuesday the 9th of June, so it's rather going to be there, or it's going to be randomly dropped on Twitter. So I don't think it'll be the Xbox event, but that's all I'm saying, and I do hope we get it soon, because I do plan to make a DLC predictions, and I'm excited to do that, so that should be fun. Another thing that they showed off near the end of the trailer was a new indie game called Sonic Pico Park, which seems just like a extra little thing for the 35th anniversary, I guess. It looks interesting, looks fun. Obviously, like more like a friend game, and I guess it's something else for the 35th. Yeah, you know, it's something. I guess we can get something else. Speaking of the 30th anniversary, I think with this 30th anniversary at the moment, obviously it's been a bit slow, but I know people are complaining right now about this anniversary that it's not been the best. What I will say on that is I would hold off on that because I feel like they've not properly started on the actual anniversary yet. So personally, I'd hold off on like saying stuff about the anniversary personally. I feel like we are going to get more announcements for this anniversary. I really do. What if that being like a new game or like the Sonic mainline Sonic announcement or anything, like we might get a Sonic Central, we don't know. And it would shock me if we don't get any of them because, you know, it is the 30th anniversary. We can't just get like Crossworlds and a few little things like the concert and, you know, little things like that. Like, we gotta get more. I feel like we gotta get at least one big thing for this anniversary, and I don't think Crossworlds is the big thing. I think it's gonna be like like a remake or a remaster for a Sonic game, a port, or maybe like the mainline announcement. I don't know. Like, I just hope that they are on it, and I just hope that they're not kind of like holding everything off until next year because this is the anniversary year. So that's what I'd think about that anyway. But hopefully there is more to come. Like I said before, I hope we do get that Sega DLC trailer for the 3 DLC characters, and I don't know when that will be. It's got to be soon because the way they do the scheduling for the game, but it's got to be probably in the next week or two. It has to be. Personally, I think it has to be in the next week or two. So we just got to wait for that and hope for the best. Just got to hope for the best. We probably should get more DLC for that as well, like for the year 2 Sega DLC. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, probably the next video is going to be the DLC predictions, and like more than likely it's going to be the DLC predictions like for one of my next videos, so please stay tuned for that because them videos tend to be interesting and fun, and I do put a lot of effort into them ones. So yeah, see you all in the next video.